From the poll that I posted in my community last week, I'm able to understand you guys a little bit better. Thank you so much to everyone who voted and participated in this. Many of you have voted, and if you haven't voted and would want to participate, then you can go to the community tab on my YouTube channel, scroll down, and still vote it, because the more data, the more it is easier for me to understand you guys better. And also, from time to time, I will be posting questions, asking for your opinions, and also I'll be sharing stuff, so you can always participate in the community group here. For the subtitles, let me know what all languages do you want it to be included. Comment down below so I can know and update it here. Alright? If you have difficulty understanding my teaching style, please feel free to point out and correct me so that I can improve and bring out the best content for you guys. So thank you so much to every subscribers and also everybody who watches my videos. Even if you're not a subscriber, thank you very much for being a part of my video and my journey. And so yeah, I just wanted to lay that out on the table for you guys so we can have the room to grow together as a community. Alright, now let's get on with the slipper tutorial that we've all been waiting for. If you know me, I prefer to begin my work with the right side of the slipper, so I'm gonna put away the left side for now. Then the most important step that we need to take before starting this slipper is figuring out the starting point. I think it is important to bring this clip up before we begin our work so you can better understand. As you can see, this is the fitting on the right foot and this is the fitting on the left foot. It might not be that visible to you, but if you can look closely on the left part, you can see this bulging out, right? It's the same on the other side too. So it's not a very big difference. But when I place them together like this, you can see that it is a small difference of a few stitches apart, but it makes a huge difference on the fitting. So this gives a perfect fitting and this one gives an uncomfortable fitting. If we take a look through the back of the slipper, you can see this is where we began our stitch. So these are divided into two equal parts, right? So what we do is we begin from the middle portion. So mark the middle portion of the slipper. I already have a video that explains in detail how to divide it into two equal parts, so you can watch that after this video. The beginning of this slipper is very much similar to the other two videos that I have already created. Once you determine the starting point, the way you put foundation chains around this is very much similar to the both of them. So you may check them out after this video. I will link it in the description box. I just completed the single crochet foundation around the slipper, and now we will join it by slip stitching it to the first single crochet that we made. So we slip stitch here. Then without cutting the yarn, we are straight away going to start chaining. 1, 2, continue chaining up to 34. So chain 34, and then when we place it straight like this, we are going to assume that this is a 90-degree angle, okay? So from 90-degree angle, we move to about 30 to 35 degrees, okay? It's not a fixed degree, it's just an assumption. So at about 35 degree, we are going to slip stitch and join the chain. So we are going to slip stitch it here, grab the yarn and pull it through and through the stitch. Okay, so this is a slip stitch. And then into the next stitch, we are going to put one single crochet. Putting one single crochet is like chaining up one or chaining up two to begin a new row. Okay, so turn our work. To begin row 1, we skip this first stitch, that's where our yarn is coming out. Skip second because that's a fake stitch, and we begin our single crochet from the third stitch. So we put one single crochet into each of the stitches here. Continue putting one single crochet all across, and I will meet you when you have reached the other end. 34. This is the last single crochet of the first row. And now what we'll do is we are going to skip this stitch and move to the next stitch, okay? Because this is in line with the height of the row. So we are going to slip stitch it here, pull through, then into the next stitch here, we are going to make a single crochet. So bring the yarn, 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, and pull through both the loops. We turn our work, and now we're ready to begin row 2. So for every new row that we begin, we are going to do this, okay? That is, skip the first stitch from where our stitch is coming out, skip the second stitch because that is a fake stitch we made from the earlier row while slip stitching, okay? So that's not a real stitch. Skip that, and we will begin from the third stitch here, okay? So we put one single crochet, and we are going to continue putting one single crochet all across. So put 34 single crochet all across, and I will see you at the end of row 2. To complete row 2, I'm going to skip this one, go to the next stitch and slip stitch here. See, if the number of stitches that you put here is more, you might even have to skip 2 stitch, but you might not need to skip at all even, okay? So depending on the number of stitches that's on the foundation, you might skip or not skip. So our main target here is that we just want to keep the height of the row equal to this side of the foundation. So I hope you're getting what I'm saying, right? So just to keep the height same, we will slip stitch by skipping one stitch or not skipping at all. Single crochet to the next stitch to begin row 3. So whenever you begin a new row, you will have this first stitch and the fake stitch that you will have to skip, okay? So just keep that in mind. And so continue to put 34 single crochets back and forth without increase or decrease for 7 rows, and then I will see you after that. I just completed row 7, and now I'm going to slip stitch it to the base of the foundation. See here, I'm not skipping any chain, right? Okay, anyway, slip stitch it very tightly, chain up one to secure, and just cut off the yarn. And just pull the yarn through, and that's it. So here is our first strap completed. For the second strap, we are going to place our hook like this in a straight line, okay? And then we mark our stitch here, okay? So we mark our stitch, and we are going to make a slip knot. Make a slip knot, pull it through, and we are going to start chaining from here. 2, 3. Now for this part, we are chaining 35, okay? Because this strap is 34 and we will be crossing over like this, right? So for the ease of crossing over on top, we have chain up one more. So 35 chain. I'm gonna come back to this later on. So just as we have done before, How are you going to determine where this second strap will start from on this side of the work, right? So for that, we are going to place our hook here again in a straight line like before. Okay, so after placing in a straight line, we mark our stitch. Okay, then we take the precise measurement of the strap with our hands and place it here like this and mark the lower portion of the strap. You can use a measuring tape or a scale if you want. So we will be joining our second strap from this point, and there will be some gaps in between. Okay, and so we join it here, and this way our strap will be building in this direction. Okay, in this direction. I just completed row 1, and you can hide this extra tail along the edges while slip stitching and joining it with the foundation chain. Okay, so continue to put 34 single crochets back and forth for 7 rows, and I'll see you after that. And so this is what it looks like after I have completed both the straps. You can see here I am liking it. We'll just hide this tail later on. For the left part, we can just keep it straight together like this and measure. Or for the best measurement, we can keep the back and the back of both the soles together like this. And based on the first slipper that we made, we can take measurements. Okay. So it's very easy to take the measurement of the second slipper once the first slipper is made. So we mark this point here to begin. Okay, now I'm just going to change the direction of my needle because we go from outside towards the inside. For the left pair, we're not starting this side, but we're starting here because we want to make a mirror image of the right side, right? So we begin here and then put single crochet all around, join it here. Then we chain up 34, move around 35 degree and join it there. Then for the second strap, chain up 35, come back here and join it just like this one. To keep a decent amount of spacing like this one in the front, you also need to determine where your stitch is going to end. Okay, so once you have determined the width of the strap, you can find out where your initial point is going to be, right? It's not that I have moved at 35-degree angle and placed it anywhere I want. Okay, so I'm placing it strategically in such a way that when my strap is finished, okay, I will have a decent amount of space in the front. So this is what I wanted to point out. So continue to do the same for the left part, and when you're done, I'll come back and show you how to do the heel area. So this is what we have after I completed my left pair too. And if you want, you can just end it here. This itself could be one slipper after hiding all the tails, but I want to give a little more design towards the heel area, so I'm gonna quickly show you how to do that. For the heel part, from this lower strap point, we are going to move down about 3 centimeter, okay, 3 to 3.5 centimeter approximately. You can take approximate like that or actually measure it with your measuring tape or scale, and if needed, you can adjust your stitch as per the measurements, okay? And then we begin our stitch from this point. So just pull it through, chain 1 to secure the stitch. Now this chain 1 doesn't count as a single crochet, so we will put one more single crochet into the same stitch. Okay, and then we are going to put single crochet into each of these stitches till this point on the other side. So after putting single crochet all around, see that they are on the same level, and it seems they are, so I'm going to stop my single crochet here. I'll chain up 1 to begin a new row, turn my work, 1 single crochet into the very first stitch. So 1 single crochet, and then we put 1 single crochet into each of these stitches. Okay, you don't have to count the number of single crochet. um, just make sure that you reach the other end where you began. So continue putting single crochet all around, and I'll see you back here. So this is the last stitch for row 2. So 1 single crochet into the last stitch, chain up 1, turn our work. Okay, so what we did by putting 2 rows of single crochet is that we just established the base for the heel part. Okay, and now row 3 is going to be a decrease row. We put 1 single crochet into the very first stitch. Then into the next stitch we are going to make an invisible decrease. Okay, so we pick up the front loop of the first stitch, then we pick up the front loop of the next stitch. Okay, so only the front loop. I'm only picking the front loop. I hope you can see, right? Pull the yarn through both those front loops, and now make a single crochet on top of these 2 loops. Okay, so we make 1 single crochet, decrease, and then we put 1 single crochet all around till we are left with only 3 stitches on the other side. I'm left with only 3 stitches now, and we are going to make a decrease now. So this stitch, when I take this, you would see that it is like a V, right? So we take only the front loop, and we take the front loop of the next stitch here. We pull the yarn through both these loops, okay? And then we make a single crochet on top. That is an invisible decrease. Then we make 1 single crochet at the very last stitch. So we decrease here and here. Okay, now for row number 4, it is a simple single crochet all across till the other end. I just completed row number 4. Now for row 5, chain up 1, turn our work, and then we'll put 1 single crochet into the very first stitch and decrease in these 2 stitches. Okay, these 2. Then we'll just put 1 single crochet and decrease in this corner. So row 5 is a decrease row, and row 6 is single crochet, row 7 is again decrease row, row 8 is 1 single crochet row. So you do this decrease 2 more times. Okay, so decrease 2 more times, and I will see you after row number 8. After some time, if you see your work growing this way, leaning inwards, it's totally fine, okay? Because we want this part to be actually attached to our heel. So it is perfectly fine for it to go inward. So I've completed row number 8. Now, from row number 9 till row number 18, we are just going to put single crochet back and forth for 10 rows, okay? So put single crochet back and forth for 10 rows, and I will see you after row number 18. So I've just completed row 18, chain up 1 for row 19, turn our work. And now we'll put 1 single crochet into the very first stitch, and then we are going to chain from here. Okay, we are going to chain 81. So this is chain 80. I'll chain up 1 more, then skip the very first chain and go into the second chain from the hook and slip stitch it there. Then we slip stitch it into every chain all the way down. This is the last slip stitch here into the last chain. slip stitch, and then into the very same space here we are going to put one more single crochet. Okay, so one single crochet, and after this we are going to put one single crochet into each and every stitch till the end of the row. Into the last stitch here we are going to put one single crochet. Then we are going to chain up 81 like before. Okay, so just chain 81. We skip the first stitch here, go into the second stitch from the hook, and we slip stitch into each and every stitch like before, all the way to the first chain. Into the same space where we put our last single crochet, we'll put one more single crochet. Okay, put one single crochet. To finish off, just slip stitch into the stitch below, chain up 1 to secure, and then just cut off the yarn. Then pull the yarn through and pull it tight. It would be better to use crochet hook to hide the extra tails. Just hide it horizontally along these lines, and even for these ends here, hide it along these lines. So just go through the stitches, yarn over, and pull it through the stitches back. Just pull it through, and you may repeat this 1 or 2 more times. Now the stitches are tight, it won't come off anymore, so you can just trim it off, and do this for all the remaining tails. We do exactly the same thing for the other pair also, and we don't have to create the mirror effect like we did on the front portion. Okay, so this is what we get after we have completed both the pairs. And so yeah, the written pattern for this slipper will be up on my website in a few days. I had so much fun and excitement creating this pattern that I just had to post the video earlier than the written pattern. So once it is up, I will post it in my description box and also in the comment section. So I hope you like this slipper pattern, and if you do, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm so it can spread to more people. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I would love to know your thought on this slipper, so leave a comment down below, and I would also answer away any of your doubts and queries. So that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching till the end. I will see you in my next video tutorial. Take care and bye for now. My needle broke. Better have an extra for this.